Good day, welcome to another short discussion with Rendani Chete, your serial industrialist. Today I want us to talk about something very simple. I just want us to assess, as black people, I want us to assess if what we are doing or how we are positioning our businesses will get us to play a bigger role in the economy. Let's use an example. Let's try a simple example. If you're in construction, and you go and queue for tenders, go and queue to build a school or build a clinic, build the RDP houses. 60% of that, maybe about 55-60% of the money in your contract goes to material. About 10-15% of that is on your labor and supervision, and then maybe when you're lucky, you've got 20-25% profit, maybe 15% maybe when it's bad, especially when you're working on RDPs, because you have you get delayed, access to site is a problem, terrain is a problem, another house is there, and that you face with a lot of issues, especially in a rural project. You are doing RDP, there are a lot of issues that you see. The profit that you thought you'll get, you end up not getting. But now, we're not gonna focus on the profit I'm gonna get. I want us to talk about if 60% or 65% of the money in your contract, let's say they give you a 10 million project, that means about 6.5 million of that is going to material. And it's going to material, that means we are talking about your bricks, your door frames, your window frames, your roof, and all that. If you're building a clinic, the same, right? Then let's look at this in this way. You are building a clinic. They say go and buy material. On the specification, they've got a certain type of face brick, and that certain type of the face brick, you need to get it from big manufacturer of face brick. Mostly are the guys who have been manufacturing this face brick for years. You know them. I'm not going to mention any company. You know them. This company, that means you have to buy bricks from this guy. You have to get, they've got a special, if you look at the government buildings, they use a green roof. Sometimes they use a blue roof on the schools and stuff like that. And the clinics, they've got it's green or blue, but there's a green and blue, So that is not just a color, that is a special sheet. It's a chromodeck or it's a clip clock. So that means there are companies that are specialized in manufacturing those things. The door frames, the ceiling boards, if you have to buy ceiling boards. So now, what I'm saying is, my question is, as black people, if you look at the these bricks that I mentioned, show me one black guy who's got the capacity to manufacture those bricks. Look in your province and point it. If you are looking for face brick now, I'm not talking about a clay, simple clay mampara brick. I'm talking about face brick. Show, around the country, every province, check how many black guys they've got a capacity to produce those things. How many black guys are in play in the space where they manufacture the clip lock or the chromo deck roof that can supply government projects? How many black guys can manufacture floor tiles? How many black guys can manufacture ceiling boards, not to fit ceiling boards, not to fit the tiles? How many black guys, they own painting companies that can manufacture? How many black guys are playing a space where the taps, the basins, that for the bath that you find, the showers, all those things, the urinals, they are manufactured by a black-owned company. How many that we know? So if 60-65% of that money in your project, if you've got 100 million project, that means 60-65 million is going to manufacturers. And if you look, you are buying from hardwares. How many hardwares in your community, in your area, in your province are black-owned? How many hardwares? Strong hardwares. How many hardwares you can say, I know this guy who owns this one? Yes, you may know one, you may know two, but how many? Are they more than 5? If that is the industry where we go and queue for tenders, and when you come with tenders, you've got about half of the money that you queued for. They can't even go to another black person. Are we positioning ourselves in the right industry, in the right position, in the right space where we can play big in the economy? What I'm trying to say is, there are a lot of things that we can do as black people. We are the majority. We consume. We are positioning ourselves as consumers. Can we change how we do things and become manufacturers? Can we, some of us, stand up and become manufacturers? There's a big space for us to play in the economy. I'm saying, I'm leaving this with you. Think about it. Young people, we want you to get in the space. Those people who want to get in the business, think about where you want to start. It's not like everybody need to go and queue for tenders. Until next time, I'm out.